Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer songwriter from France. So today I've put the baseball cap on because the hairdo is not good at all. That's what I can say. So today I want to maybe take you back like 3 years ago when I first decided to release my first album called Delirium Tremens. So far I've released 6 albums and I have few listeners. But I have to say, in 2017, when I released the first one, Delirium Tremens, I was kind of thinking and saying out loud, "You crazy woman," because who's gonna listen to your music? Nobody is gonna listen to your music. And I have to say, and it wasn't. I was thinking, okay, you recording with GarageBand, you doing things with GarageBand, you whenever you master the thing, there's something in GarageBand which actually kind of suppress the level of the sound somehow. So I was kind of, whoa, is it possible? So it wasn't difficult for me to take the decision. It was easy because as I said, like it's something like it's actually what happened with album number 6. I don't know because it's kind of 1 week I was saying no, you're not gonna do it, and the following week I was thinking let's try. I remember I went on the net, looked at how to release some music. I found the various distributors. I've listened to a few videos on YouTube, and I can swear that within a week, the music was actually out on the web. That's what I can say. Once I realized that all I needed is a credit card with some money on my account, a week after I made the decision, the my music was on the streaming platform. So what I thought was, and maybe I was expecting and I wanted to, because I thought that once again I was gonna try to distribute my music, but I would not be able to do it because somewhere down the line, now that I knew it wasn't so much. When I started, I didn't know if, because I don't actually send my music with on wave files. I'm actually using MP3, so I didn't know, because of what I've heard and what I've read. I didn't know if it was gonna be okay. So secretly, I thought it wasn't gonna happen. I thought that somewhere down the line, the service I was gonna use, which is CD Baby, I was gonna like be stopped somewhere down the line, and I keep on uploading and checking, and I had to wait until. But actually, I had to wait, but it was actually quick. I had to wait until they actually received the files and said that it was ready to actually be sent out. And I thought, but in between that time, there would be something that would stop the whole process, and it did not happen. And it took just 1 week from the moment I actually said I was gonna do it, and I did it, physically do it. So then I said to myself, who's gonna listen to my music? And am I ever gonna have any listeners? But now it's been 3 years down the line, and I realize, yeah, it's a beauty of streaming platforms. It's that as long as your music is on this platform, someone somewhere will listen to your music. I don't know how, I don't know when, because I have to say I'm broker than broke. So whenever it's possible, if I can find the money to release the album, I will. But I have no money to actually do any like advertising, marketing whatsoever. So I'm doing that on my own. I'm just doing it, you know. Just I'm just going on an organic reach, and that's all. So when I actually released that thing, I said to myself, maybe no one will listen to it, and month after month. At the beginning, it was nothing, and then a few months down the line, I realized someone was listening to it. And when I say someone was listening to it, I like to emphasize the fact that it is not my friends, it is not my family. The people who are listening to my tracks, I don't know them. I don't know who they are and I don't know them. I never ask anybody to go and listen to my music apart from doing some videos on my YouTube channel called Beatrice Marse. And as I speak, I'm actually recording this podcast on video. So if you want, you can see the video on my YouTube channel. And trying to actually talk about it on Instagram. That's what I did. And of course, because my Instagram is linked to my Facebook, the post would go onto my Facebook, and because my Instagram is also linked to my Twitter account, Beatrice Marse, so it's all Beatrice Marse, so it would go on my Twitter account. So some people followed me, very again a handful. I think I've got maybe 16 followers on Twitter, and 54 on Instagram, but I'm not doing very much anymore with those things because I'm not looking for the clout. Okay, I don't care if I have 1,000 listeners, if I have 1,000 subscribers, but only one is listening to my music. There's no real point in doing whatsoever. So I can't see. Yeah, I'm not chasing cloud. I'm only chasing real hardcore fun. That's all I can say. So you either like what I do and the style I've done, I'm doing it with maybe. Even though the music may not be up to the industry standard, but once again, I don't care. To me, it's art. I wanted to express something. It's out in the world, and that's it. Basically, I can sleep well at night. That's what I can say. So, my big concern was to know, will anyone will listen to my music? So to this date, I'm dumbfounded because at first I was saying, because right from the beginning, the songs on my album were in French and in English with my strong accent in English. So, and why did I do that? Only because sometimes when I actually come up with the lyrics, sometimes the lyrics come up to me in English, and sometimes it's in French. So it's not something I'm trying to do. It's just something that comes out of me like that. So I'm just like going with the flow. So, and I have to say, sometimes when I come up with the music first, it's really rare to actually write lyrics and then do the music on the lyrics. It's usually the reverse. This is how I work. And at the time, I thought, well, will be listening to it, because actually some songs are in French, some are in English. So am I like, who am I courting really? Is that an English audience or a French audience? Who's gonna like it? And it came to a point where I said, well, I don't care actually, it's just fair. So that's the main point. So it took a few months before I got my first listener, but when it happened, I was like, whoa. And like 3 years down the line, I'm glad to say that people are listening to me around the world. In Europe, in France, of course, in Canada, in the States, in Australia, in India, and in Russia. In Russia, and there's another one, and there's one country, I think Lithuania. I think someone listened to me. I think the Kazakhstan as well. It's and the last one, and Hong Kong as well. I know someone in Hong Kong, and now I'm gonna say it. For the first time last week, I realized that someone was listening to me in China, and the two big surprises I had was Russia and China, because there was a lot of listeners, and basically China, which happened last week, on the site called Yandex, and another one is called Clio. I can't remember. And I was surprised because it's not like just one track; it's a few listeners. So to me, 10 listeners is a lot. It's a lot. So I was surprised, but I think it just happened that because now the platform is actually working with some site in China. So the distributor, sorry, is working with some site in China. So it allows people in China to listen to me. And here again, if someone had told me that someone in China will listen to my music, I would say no way. But it's happening, people. It's happening. And I have to say, even though it's an handful of people, honestly, I'm only earning cents, not dollars, just cents on the dollar for my music. But every month I've got some listeners, so I couldn't offer. No, well, I'm over the moon because, as I said, I was thinking maybe back in the back of my head that no one would actually listen to my work, and it's happening, and it's not in France. Basically, most of the listeners are not French speakers. Basically, I would say 75% of the listeners are not French speakers. They are not like coming from French speaking country, to tell you the truth, because I know I've got maybe a follower from Switzerland. So I don't know. And I don't know. It's actually the title of my last album. And there's another track because right now I'm recording that podcast. It's March 21st, 2020, and with a full bloom blown coronavirus pandemic. So yeah, I lost the train of my thought. What was I gonna say? So I'm trying to be upbeat. Honestly, I have to say that I'm trying to surf on the wave, knowing that now everyone is indoors and everyone is basically connected on the internet. So I'm trying to actually make some videos so people can have more chances to come across my work and maybe go and listen to my work. And what I would really appreciate if you like my podcast and listen to my podcast, because I know that someone is kind of like listening to me a lot. If you like my podcast, you can go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So as well, it's up to you. Of course, you can go and listen to my music, of course, and you can listen to my music on YouTube. And to me, it's a better quality on YouTube because according to the platform, the sound quality is not the same. But YouTube is it's best as far as I can say. So and then when to come back, it is a subject that I've actually mentioned beforehand in another podcast. But the thing is, I was worried about the quality of the sound and everything, and then I tried to. I've subscribed to a site called radioairplay.com, which didn't give me much. As asking, didn't give me much. But I realized that they were actually putting my music on another site called Django, and I realized that then that the quality of my song were better. So it is something that I actually talked about on a previous podcast, and at this point, that's when I realized that whatever you do, just make your music, distribute your album, and don't worry about the quality of a thing, because from site to site it's gonna vary, and people are gonna be able to listen to your music. So basically, I think as an artist, the quality of the sound should not be the number one thing that will prevent you from distributing your music, because the technology is moving. All those platforms, those streaming platforms know that They have old records, new records, different sound qualities, and they need to like balance the whole thing with all the new and the different sound qualities. And nowadays, the technology is working on the favor of people who cannot master to the industry standard because they've got algorithm, software that will basically enhance your music and make it somehow more audible to your listeners. So, uh, as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't really worry about things. It's just that as I said to you, I'm just doing the whole thing with GarageBand with an old MacBook Core 2 Duo to tell you the fact. And I wish I could change my MacBook, but I cannot because I haven't got the cash to do it. But as I say, in 2017, I said to myself, if I actually make the excuse that because I haven't got a state of the art MacBook, the last one. Uh, is not a reason not to actually do the work. If it's something you really want to do, you feel like you need to do it. You should do it, regardless of whatever things you got lying in your hands. And last night, to tell you the truth, I was listening to. I was lucky enough to be in front of my iPad when Luke Mam No Computer is a creator on YouTube, and he's doing modular synthesis with its own modular setup. Basically, everything is using is created by itself. So you know, it's it could be. I mean, somehow it could be lo-fi. I remember during the stream, some people were at the beginning of the stream. Some people were complaining that the sound quality wasn't that good, and he was saying, "Well, that's the way it is." But I think those people who were complaining were actually missing the whole point, and if they were calling themselves fan of his, they did not understand is the way he was doing the whole thing, because this is what Lookman No Computer is about. He's doing his own stuff, creating his own modules, doing it its own way, and it's true because he's not reaching for industry standard. It's lo-fi, that's it, and people still like it, and that's the main thing, that's the main point. So that's the way it is. So if you're an artist and you don't know and you believe that your setup is not good enough, I'm saying you're wrong. I've got a lousy setup, yeah. No, now my computer, I think is from 2009, so more than 11 years ago, 2007, I can't remember. So there is no excuse nowadays, and as I was saying before, the technology is working for you, so why not doing it? That's I just found that plain silly. I remember when I was growing up, if I wanted to do what I'm doing now, I would have to go out of my house, spend a lot of money in studios, and most of them would actually laugh at my face, saying to me, "You just plain crazy, you got no talent, whatever." Nowadays I'm doing my own stuff and nobody is there to tell me. And even if you don't like it, to be honest with you, I don't care because I know other people do like it. Some people are saving my tracks, are coming back and listening again to my tracks. On Spotify I've got only 2 followers, but it's better than zero, it's better than nothing. So I'm just pleased that I have people listening to my music, and that's just about it. Even though it doesn't help me to. I cannot live from my music, but this is something long term. This is something I would like to do. So I don't know how it's gonna happen, because right now I'm broke and I don't know how to promote my music anymore, and I don't want to do. I I don't want to do anything that feels like soulless to me. That's it. And when it comes to the social media, that's the reason why I'm using the word clout. People, yeah, yeah, I mean, I, I, I don't like too much the philosophy of social media and of this social media platform. I'm not looking for clouds. I'm looking for people who actually like my music, they will become fan, maybe alcohol, I don't know. But yeah, so maybe I should do more, but I'm not doing more because most of them, my time, I'm the only one doing those stuff, so my time is split with something, the things I have to do. And then I have to say, my health up to now was not allowing me to actually do as much as, and it's kind of a blessing right now that I'm able to do so many videos, to record so many videos and put them out on YouTube right now and do so many podcasts. Actually, it's a blessing, and I have to say to you that 3 months ago, I would not have been able to do what I'm doing right now. So it's what I call real progress. So I'm pleased. So last week I was like, whoa, China is listening to me. People in China are listening to me. I was kind of over the moon. I was like, whoa. And now I remember someone from Korea as well had listened to my music. So it's it's worldwide. That's all I can say. And to my dismay and disbelief is that this is not happening to me in France. As funny as it can be, and then and what I'm thinking is, anyway, the popular music in France has nothing to do with what I'm actually recording, so I'm not surprised somehow. So that was it for me. Yes, the only message I have to say to you, if you're an artist, you want to record your music, distribute it, because you never know who's gonna come and listen to you apart from your family and friends. You might be surprised, and also never bet on one track, because usually it's the track that you bet on that does not work, and you're gonna get a surprise with another track, especially if you're writing a full album. You're gonna get some surprise, basically. The way I see it is that basically the tracks I like the most are not listened to at all, and the track that, well, I was gonna say it was okay. They were legitimately they had to be on this album, but I like them, but not that much as the other one on this album. They are the one that actually work the most for me. So you never know. As I said to you, uh, on one of my podcasts, show your work to the world. That's what I can say. Show your work to the world. And when I say the world, it's a full world. You never know who in what country is gonna listen to your music and is gonna be fall in love with your music. You never know who is gonna be, and the only thing you only need is one click. That's it. So I'm in China. That's all for me. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you'll come back to listen to me again. Till then, well, I'll see you next time. Bye.